Our other top story here today continues to be immigration, the operations that continue to impact communities all across Southern California.
And as those operations continue to put thousands of people in limbo, our local and state leaders vowed to remain a sanctuary for undocumented immigrants.
In fact, just last night, the Huntington Park City Council voted unanimously to make that city a sanctuary. That means city resources and facilities will not be used to help federal agents. In a statement, the city said it's drawing a line with, quote, no fear, no collaboration, no compromise on rights.
Yeah, but how do these local policies hold up against the power of the feds? NBC4's Conan Nolan is adding some context there for us. Conan.
That's right. One of the elements of the immigration crackdown is the re-examination of the word you just used, sanctuary, which is defined as a place of refuge or safety. For California and Los Angeles, that may have been the goal, but it's not the reality. President Trump's point person on immigration enforcement, Tom Homan, says the ICE crackdowns in Los Angeles will continue.
We're going double down and triple down in sanctuary cities. Why? Not because we're a blue city or blue state, because we know that's where the problem is.
Arguing on Fox News earlier that one problem is LA's MacArthur Park, the subject of a show of force earlier this week.
Why were they there? Because MacArthur Park is a staging area for alien smuggling activities, which is a felony. And if you want to buy a fake green card or a fake Social Security card, you go to MacArthur Park.
And while state and city officials have demanded the ICE raids end,
our city remains committed to standing up for our constitutional rights and the rights of our residents.
Those rights do not include the right to interfere with the exercise of federal law, sanctuary city or state notwithstanding. Jessica Levinson of Loyola Law School.
There's no state and there's no city that has the power or ability to tell federal law enforcement officers, you must stop enforcing federal law.
For now, Democrats are seeking to change public opinion about the immigration raids. U.S. Senator Adam Schiff.
We've now seen story after story after story of hardworking people being tackled to the ground. We saw just a week or two ago the father of 3 Marines, someone who was a landscaper, brought to the ground, pummeled while he was on the ground.
As for the disconnect between Washington and California on this issue and others, it's not without precedent.
We created a system of 2 separate sovereigns, the federal government for nationwide policies and states to be closer to the people, to be the laboratories of democracy. The founders had a decision to only create a federal government, and they opted not to do that, knowing full well that there would be moments where there is explicit disagreement between the states and the federal government. If there's a true conflict, then the federal government wins.
Something acknowledged by Mayor Karen Bass. We talk with her at 6. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
All right, Conan, thank you. New video shows a group of ICE agents clashing with protesters outside of a courthouse in San Francisco. As migrants show up for their routine immigration hearings, ICE agents were making arrests here in recent weeks. Well, yesterday was the first time protesters tried stepping in the way. Now, in response, the Department of Homeland Security says these protesters have zero respect for the rule of law, adding those responsible will be held accountable.